Just like bleeding clots, the bonus is here and they're bringing the attack. Time to panic and bursting and blot.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. That's right, we are back with Brace for Impact. That is right. It is the 12th Thursday evening. You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you see on your screen right now. That is the savior of TNA Impact Wrestling. Santino Marella is still our director of authority. That's right. He won that match. Woo! Welcome back, everybody. Oh, I forgot to put the border up. Let's go. There we go. How's everybody doing tonight? That's right. I'm Bubba Duke. OMD will be here. We just got to give him a minute. He has the shoot job thing going on. Can't blame the guy for when he's got to run late. But we have some incredible matches going on tonight and some just incredible things happening. So, as you've seen, Santino, he will be kicking the show off with a little word he's got to say to the people. We do have, pardon me, sorry about that. We do have First Class coming tonight with Trick Williams from NXT, who is our TNA Heavyweight Champion. So they're going to do a First Class penthouse with that gentleman. And then later in the evening, First Class is taking on the Hardy brothers, the Hardy boys, Team Extreme. So they're pulling double duty tonight. We also have a very intriguing address happening tonight with Steve Macklin, the TNA International Champion, will be sounding off about something tonight. And we're also going to hear from Mance Warner and his, I'll call her his sidekick to be politically correct. We also have, check this out, 8-4-1 match. This match is for the TNA #1 contendership for the Knockouts title. So we're going to start with 8 women in the ring, and when it's all said and done, there will be 1 knockout still standing. Wow, people, this is going to be a banger of an Impact. I hope you are braced and ready to roll. Impact is starting in about 2 seconds here, give or take. And we do have a special surprise coming tonight. I think I'm going to wait for OMD to give you the update on that. If it doesn't happen before we go, like as we're live and he hasn't showed up yet, but it's going to be a loaded show tonight. The other match we have right before they get going here, we have Jason taking on Mr. Slater. This match has a lot of implications. These two gentlemen do not like each other. They, the Great Hands have been kind of harassing and trying to take the tag titles from the Hardy Boys, which we know that Leon Slater is an honorary Hardy, because he does and has liked the Hardys since he was a young lad. So we're gonna see where that goes. I don't know if the Hardys are coming out with him. Um, I don't think they are because they're gonna be busy with their own match tonight. Whoa, I got a big hair right here. That was scary. I have no idea where that came. Oh, that's thanks, babe. But we're having an awesome show tonight. I cannot wait for this to get started. We're just waiting for the commercials to finish and for TNA Impact to give us their quick little rundown as to what has happened. We are fresh off a pay-per-view. Um, no, we did not get to see it. I am still in contact and negotiations with TNA Wrestling itself to get the ability to show the pay-per-view like we do, like Chris Best does on this program with what we call the PLE Patrol. And it was against all odds. So let's do the quick recap of against out there. And Harley Hudson and her team were out. And I think the Elegant brand did take the win on that. Oh, but look who showed up. Inspiration showed up, and they are back in TNA. There is your quick little special thing that's coming tonight for everybody. How awesome is that going to be? Oh, I know what I forgot to do, ladies and jelly beans. Hey, thanks for showing up. So, if you stick around for a little bit, Kate, we have a commercial for everything that happens throughout the week on this brand here that you have in the top corner, Turnbuckle Studios, who is the producer of this show, this product. The Boar's Nest is just my brand. That's who I am. I'm Bubba Duke, and that's my brand. And this is the show, Brace for Impact. And that down there, you can't see where I'm pointing, but down here, that is the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And my buddy OMD does this brand here, the Locker Room. That's his brand. That is his pre show to the Monday Night Raw. But we're opening with Santino and Mike Santana outside the building. Santino's just letting Mike know that he is suspended for 2 weeks. If he steps in this building, he will be fired. Play ball with us, Mr. Santana, and I'll get you what you want, but you got to give me 2 weeks. And Mike Santana's just saying, I'm not doing what you're asking because of your title. I am doing. Santino has security removing Stone from the premises because he lost the match. He's not allowed to be there. That's cool. I love this. Wow, what a way to start. This is why this show is called Brace for Impact, ladies and gentlemen, because it's stuff like this that happens right off the hop. We haven't even done the intro. They're doing the intro now for TNA, and we just seen all that action go down within 2 minutes of the product being started. Like, Brace for Impact, people. This is why we call this Brace for Impact. I kid you not. This is when OMD gets here, probably in half an hour. I hope he shows up because this is going to be a banger of a show. We're in Arizona, the same place that the pay per view happened. Like, whoo, dog, we are here. We go. It's official, people. We're on the road to Slammiversary. Santino is coming out to the ring right now, embraced by his fans and his TNA merch. Again, if you want your TNA merch, here you go. Check it out, tnamerch.com. And any breaking news for TNA, check out their website, tnawrestling.com. And as you see, Santino has changed his and rebranded his Director of Authority logo. It's now the Cobra, not just a shield. So Santino's out here thanking people that if it wasn't for the fans, he wouldn't have had that extra push to become and retain his Director of Authority. And just saying Stone's gone forever now. So he is official, full-time, undisputed Director of Authority of TNA Wrestling. Congratulations, Santino, from all of us here in Turnbuckle Studios. Way to go, buddy. Santino cracking jokes, being himself. All right. We're on the road to Slammiversary. Biggest show in history tonight. Slammiversary's Moose defending his X Division against Leon Slater. It is written, contract signed, he said. Wow. Champions Challenge next week. Ten-man tag match. Jeez. Champions one side, all stars on the other, he said. Tonight. 8-4-1 match he's talking about. Like I said, we start out with 4-on-4, tag team. Whoever wins, those four are in now a 4-on-4 match or a four-way match, and whoever wins that gets their title shot at the Knockouts champion. Wow. Tricky Williams. He said, I can't wait for the next 2 weeks before Slammiversary. This is insane. So, thank you, Santino, for giving us that awesome intro to these two women coming out. The inspiration. Okay, so let's see what these two women are coming to the ring for. I think they are in competition tonight against the tag team champions, the knockout tag team champions, to be honest. I think that's where they're headed. But we'll see. And they're just telling us in the bottom corner what's coming up next. I cannot go that fast. We've covered everything pretty well that's going to be happening. So I'm okay. So these women are in action. But while they go to commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you our commercial. Please get a pen and paper, write down what you want to watch, and I'll be right back.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
There you go, guys. That's everything that happens here on Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Now, again, if you want to check out the affiliation program, go to turnbucklestudios.org. Please. There's a meet the team. There's a place for you to leave comments on what you think of the shows. You can email us and ask, how do I start this? How do you guys start the podcasting business? How do you get into that? We will help you because we are about community, not about just us. If you want to do a collaboration with us, like join me on this show or other shows, like we do Xbox gaming, we do PlayStation gaming, we have a bunch of stuff that we do. And you can join us on that awesome adventure called podcasting. We have zero issue helping people. So go check us out. Check out the latest episodes. This episode will be posted there. I give within a couple days, 1 or 2, 3 days, because the gentleman that does do our updates for this website has a real job too. So that's always fun to check out. Remember, people, you want TNA merch? Go to TNAmerch.com and check out for all the latest updates on what's going on TNA. Go to TNAWrestling.com. You have all the information happening down there. Again, let's give a quick shout out to my buddy Nathan Reed at True North Customs, one of the sponsors for this show. Check him out, True North Customs 23 on Facebook. Give him the promo code when you order your aftermarket parts. The promo code is TNC. He will take money off your final bill, and he will help you order things for all your. Yeah, he can get you things for customize anything. You want to customize a pedal bike? He can help you get customized stuff for your bike. When you order these parts and you need a real mechanic to put them on, and you don't want to do it yourself because you want it done to code, really quick, check out my buddy Corey at Professional Auto Services, and he will hook you up. Let him know that the guys here at the Boar's Nest, Bubba Duke, sent you. No, let's get back to the action that's happening on screen right now. We got a couple of what I would call local talent, I guess. So I've never seen these two women that the inspiration is taking on. Oh, now she wants to shake hands? Yeah, okay. Well, so these two women have been, inspiration has been here. Okay, so they're back in TNA. This is cool. This knockout division, people, is just getting better and better and better every day. The inspiration coming back, and now they got Indy Hartwell's here. And we are picking up a lot of talent. So, oh my goodness. The inspiration is like, wow. The killer part is both these women for the inspiration are moms and great mothers and are phenomenal knockout women in the division. And I can see them eventually within the next 6, 7 months, maybe give it a year as the Knockout Tag Team Champions because they are starting a feud with the Knockout Champions. Oh my goodness, what a move! Wow, they're just promoting Moose and Slater's match at Slammiversary. That's going to be epic. I can't wait to see that. Slammiversary again is on July 20th, people. I cannot promise that we are going to cover that. Um, but I might talk to our resident NXT guy if there's a significant amount of NXT talent on Slammiversary to see if we could do something together. Maybe we can run an NXT NA pay per view watch along. I don't. Again, people, I'm just spitballing because I mean, how cool would that be? So, oh, I seen that happening. That took too long. Come on. Whoa. Oh, she hit that corner hard. All I heard was poof. What was that? Inspiration is an incredible tag team. Holy. Oh yeah, these two women are going after the elegance brand. He is correct. Like, look how and oh my goodness. One, two, three. Man, that was three people. That poor girl got robbed of that. Oh, just wow. Oh my goodness. That's the idolizer. That is incredible. One, two, three. Like done. Holy cow. Inspiration in their first match. Get their win. Wow. Holy. What a way to kick open the show. Incredible first match. I think the Knockouts tag team division has been put on notice. Uh, shit's about to get real. Oh my goodness. Oh, so we got the Hardys just kind of coming in here. They're just saying that they're getting back on the right path. They're just saying that they're going back to the titles again, and they're going to start at the bottom and work their way back to it, which is an honest statement to make. Listen, we lost the titles. We'll start at the bottom again and work our way back. That's the main event tonight. Is the Hardys taking on First Class? Okay, I just got chills, dude. Like this is a stacked night tonight. The 8-4-1 match, that is the match I'm looking forward to the most. But this is incredible. Holy. Like already got one match in and we're already hitting that slope to go as high as we possibly can. So let's talk about this real quick because I mean it's not the next match, but I mean we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna move the who do we think's gonna win this match? Indy Hartwell, Killer Kelly, Jody Steels. We got Steels here. We got Rosemary. Dana Luna, I think that's her name. Oh, that's the one that, yeah, that's part of the other group that just split up. Miss Blanchard or Miss Brookside? That's my question for you. Who is going to win this match, ladies and gentlemen? Please let me know. I am going to pick. Who do we think deserves a title shot more? It's going to be Tessa Blanchard. If she is physically capable of wrestling because of her issue she's having, I'm not sure if she's completely recovered yet. But I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Blanchard because Brookside and Rosemary are going to take each other out because they've had a feud now for weeks. Indy is trying to prove herself as a top talent, so I don't know if she's going to try to prove and then it's going to backfire. And then as far as Killer Kelly and Jody and Miss Steele are concerned, I think we just they're kind of the I don't know factor. So the way this works is Team Red, the top row is a team, the bottom row is a team. So you get to pick one person from each team that you think is going to win because we don't know what team's going to win, right? So we can always go, okay, the yellow team's going to win, and it's going to be Tessa Blanchard that's going to pull out the full win. Um, I think I think it is going to be yellow is going to get the tag team victory to go on to be the final four women, and Tessa Blanchard is going to win this because, again, like I said, Brookside and Rosemary are going to take each other out of the picture, leaving Dana Luna and Tessa Blanchard. And I think Blanchard is just a little bit better than Miss Luna. So that is my pick. I'm kind of hoping OMD gets in here before that match. Because if he gets in here before that match, then we can pose that question to him and ask him, bro, homie, my brother from another mother. Who, number one, is red going to win or is yellow going to win the tag match? Number two, which one of those four ladies in that match now is going to win? So we'll see what he thinks. I think he might pick red and one of the young ladies on the top. But again, I don't know. It's going to be close. That's 8 knockouts that all deserve to have that title put around their way. Even Indy Hartwell is literally 2 weeks into her contract, and I would put the title on her because she's just incredible. Okay, so they're just doing an update on First Class returning to NXT. So they're just showing AJ introduce himself. Oh, so they're saying they're going after the NXT Tag Team title. Wow. So we're just having issues with everybody on NXT. Oh, Tuesday night, people, you need to watch NXT. 6-man tag match. Wow, that is news that I didn't know. So this Tuesday coming up, people. watch. But right now we have these meatheads coming out here. No, just kidding. We have these first classes coming out to do their first class penthouse with Trick Williams, the NXT contracted man, but has the TNA World Heavyweight title around his waist right now. Wow. All right. This is going to be an interesting segment. Again, people, you have any questions about NXT or you want to know what's going on? By all means, interact. Send me a text. It will show up right there, right down in here. It will show up, I promise you. As Mr. AJ Francis giving us some introductions. And the whole crowd is booing because without First Class's interference, the TNA World Heavyweight title would still be on TNA. This crowd is not happy at all about these guys. Oh, God. First Class t-shirt, he says. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me take our attention from these clowns on TV and let's move it to this. Mr. OMD, how is it going?
It's going. It's
Oh,
going.
there's your pick today. That sounds perfect. Yeah, yesterday, dude, you sounded like you were miles away from your mic, but that's okay.
My mic hadn't changed any positions.
I think it just remember how it kicks out and you have to reset it sometimes. I think that's what happened. Mine did it today when I was setting up the room. It kicked it out, and I was like,
Oh, geez.
that's the first time that's done that. But while these guys are doing their thing with Trick Williams coming out to talk smack about how they don't like TNA, we have a 8-4-1 match tonight.
Yes.
Okay, here's the women involved, the 8 women.
Yes.
Now, as you know, 4 against 4 in a tag match.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the red against the yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so first question, which team is going to win? Red or yellow? I'll give you my thought while you're thinking about yours. I took the yellow team to win.
Okay.
Okay? So who do you pick to win?
I got to be honest, because the yellow team is a fantastic choice, but I think really the most talented competitor on that team is, of course, Tessa Blanchard.
Okay.
I am going to go with Team Red. It is loaded top to bottom.
Okay.
Plus, there is somebody on that team that I know you are not familiar with.
There's actually a
That
couple of
being,
them I'm not.
that being the returning Killer Kelly.
Yeah, I've not seen her wrestle. The other ones I'm kind of familiar with, but her I have no idea. Okay, so you think red, I think yellow. I think yellow is going to win the 8 women tag match to go to the 4.
Right.
Now, in that 4, I'm picking, and you already know who I'm going to pick, but I'm going to say it, Tessa Blanchard, because Brookside, Rosemary are going to take each other out of the match.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Miss Luna against Blanchard, and I think Blanchard's just a little bit better than her. That's my pick, is Blanchard's going to win to get the title shot.
There is absolutely no question in my mind that Tessa Blanchard would win that match.
Yes. So the question is, on your red team, who do you pick out of those 4 women to win that four-way match to be the one to get the title shot. Who are you giving it to? OMD.
I am going to go with the champion's former tag team partner and former Knockouts tag team champion. And again, that is Killer Kelly.
Okay, so you heard it here, people. I'm taking Tessa, and OMD is taking Killer Kelly. Awesome, dude. That match I can't wait for. At all.
They are fantastic matches. They break down. But it's interesting the dynamic there, right? Because you've got really Indy Hartwell in what really is her first TNA match that we've seen.
This will be her second. She had one last week. Was her debut match.
Okay.
So yeah, you missed that one.
Like I said, you've got the returning Kelly Kelly. You've got Jody Threat and Danny Luna, the team of Spitfire, on opposite sides.
Because they don't exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
They split last week because they lost their match. So they said, we're done as a tag team. Don't ask me for help. So, yeah.
So I do think that this match is going to break down into utter chaos.
The 4 or the 8-1 match, you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, completely. But on a good note, Mr. Santino Marella is still our Director of Authority. Undisputed Director of Authority. Sorry.
Yes.
Correct the title. And Mr. Stone has been banned from TNA forever.
Interesting.
That was it was in the contract.
But you know what? It was funny because I saw something today as I was, sitting on my phone scrolling at work. And I believe I can't remember what just happened this past weekend.
Against all odds.
Guess what was showing in full on my Facebook?
Yeah, against all odds. Yeah, they showed it. Because it was such a great turnout for them that they did that.
Yep.
So I was like, so First Class is going after the tag titles in NXT this Tuesday.
I thought it was a 6-man tag this Tuesday.
Or, sorry, it's the 6-man tag this Tuesday, but they're going after the NXT titles.
I'm not surprised. I know you're not a big fan of them, but AJ Francis has drastically improved his in-ring work.
Oh, definitely.
And
I don't like the character. I like the wrestling, but not the character.
And do I think they're going to take them? No, but I think that it's going to be a hell of a match. I thought initially that it was going to be the tag team titles that were changed hands. If you were going to do a title swap, that was the one that made sense.
That's what we all thought. Yeah, we all thought that. Oh, well, they'll do the tag titles, and that'll be it, right? Holy no, we get the heavyweight title change.
But with the fact that they are teaming with Trick Williams and they've got the TNA champion on their side,
right?
It would not be a stretch to see this become a faction to run between the two brands.
And I honestly would not have an issue with that. As much as I don't like our heavyweight title not being on the brand all the time.
Right.
It is what it is right now. And it actually makes you miss it so that when you have it, you're happy it's there.
And that's where, that's what I love about the titles and the quote unquote secondary titles or the workhorse titles. Because then it makes your world champion an attraction. And back to the days of the 80s where you didn't have to have the world champion on every show.
I even think even nowadays you still don't need to have your heavyweight champion on all the time. That's why you have those mid-card titles, your workhorse title, like you said. That's why we have the international championship, which I equate to. It's literally the intercontinental title. There's no difference.
Right.
But let's have that title being defended on the show more often.
Yeah.
And then if you have a huge feud, have your title holder come on, beak somebody, become the rival, and then, okay, we're going to have a match at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Boom, there you go. So, again, that's my opinion on to why we have those intercontinental U.S. titles, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Utilize that. This is they're showing against all odds pay-per-view right now. The match between Mr. Ali and his partner.
Yes.
Um,
Which it caught
what's
me
his
off
name?
guard when I saw that match.
No, because what happened the Thursday before, Ali lost his mind and
Right.
physically assaulted the female in the group.
Right.
And this gentleman, Jason here, was the only one to stand up to him and be like, hey, that was incorrect. You should not have done that.
Right.
And tried to correct it, but Ali just said, fine, you know what? You want to be the show? Well, now you have a match at Against All Odds against a special opponent. They left, and in the back he went, yeah, your special opponent? Me. So we're going to see how this turns out. I didn't get to watch against
No, neither did I. I was too busy gearing up for the that busy weekend that we had last weekend in terms of wrestling.
It was, there was this Friday, and then Saturday was the
You had Worlds
Money in the
Collide and
Bank.
then Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So
It was kind of funny. I ended up having to work, so that was not an issue for me and I had my child.
yeah.
So I was good with that.
Yep.
Just checking something here. Okay, cool. Oh, Ali getting a little full of himself right here, eh?
Yep.
Could have had the 3-pin and he pulled him up. I can't remember the big guy's name in the great hands, but he's giving Ali an earful right now.
John Schuyler.
There we go. It's like, just pin him. Just end it. Just pin him.
And I'm going to be honest, like even last weekend at work, I got to watch Worlds Collide. I had it on my tablet at work.
I didn't get to yet.
But I had to, of course, pause it if we had customers or whatever
Oh,
else.
yeah. Ali went for his move and got...
So there was lots that I saw, lots that I missed. But, I mean, I always classed that one as I classed it as a NXT and AAA show.
Yeah, because TNA wasn't involved in that one, eh?
They weren't, but they were, because you did have a guy like Laredo Kid, who was, although representing AAA, does work for TNA.
He's contracted with both companies.
Yeah.
I think TNA, he just does paid by appearance, and his full contract is AAA.
Yeah. And
So
his tag team partner as well in the Aztec Warriors was in action.
Yeah. So I kind of did it's a NXT, NA, WWE pay-per-view is kind of how I looked at it with AAA. Either way, if you guys didn't get to check out Worlds Collide, I highly recommend go watch it. I watched bits and parts of it in on the AAA YouTube, and it's all in Spanish. I don't care who you are. If you watch AAA or like New Japan and all that with the original commentating, it's still exciting. You don't need to know what they're saying to understand the excitement and what's going on.
But it's also on WWE's YouTube.
Yeah, it is too. Yeah, because it was a
So-
WWE AAA. Oh, we got the system out here.
We do.
Are they trying to get him on their team? No, you're not. Well, they're offering him a spot in the system. Oh, yeah, of course, Ali and the other two show up. Excuse me. Hey, Matt Cardona. Whoa. Matt Cardona and a partner of his choice is taking on the system next week, people.
Yes, and I find it very, very interesting with what just
cool.
happened at the end of that.
His old tag team partner, face to face.
And you know what would not surprise me?
If that's who he tags with,
Yep.
and Buddy leaves the system.
And here was the moment that shocked us all last week. Oh. I thought they were going to show, and I don't know. I don't know if they showed what happened about the return to TNA.
They did at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, they already had their match. You just missed it.
So I was actually waiting for them to recap that.
So I think that just said that Blanchard just got cleared for this match tonight.
Yeah.
So that's good that she's not suffering any huge effects from her jaw issue she was having, because that ringed her bell pretty good.
Right.
Oh, here we go. So if Jason Hotch can beat Leon Slater, there might be a spot open in the system for him.
Okay.
So let's discuss that little tidbit of information for a second while you have a sip of your coffee. Let's say OMD, the system comes to you, says, listen, if you can win this match, we might have a spot open for you, even though you're already part of a faction, so to speak.
Right.
But a little dissension happening.
Right.
What would you do? Would you stay true to your faction, even though you're having issues? Or do you jump ship and go to another faction that's better than the one you're already in?
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I do stay true to my faction, but I keep my options open. So I'm going to stay true, but I'm going to sort of back off, keep my distance, so that way, if it comes right down to it, let's say then you get a situation where there's a 6-person tag. And all of a sudden you could be thrown in as, okay, now you're the special guest referee, or are you going to then make that choice of, I'm jumping ship or I'm staying true to you guys?
Okay.
I keep my options open. Or I look at it and say, well, guess what? Now it's my opportunity to become who I want to be in this business.
Exactly, right? It's kind of where I was thinking, like, I would try to work that situation out. Be like, hey, listen, this is the issue. I'm not agreeing with everything you're doing. Like you putting hands on, let's say, like Ali. You put your hands on a female wrestler, number one, unprovoked, and it's just inappropriate. You need to fix this. If you can't fix this, that's the door. I'm out. I don't want to be involved with this.
Yeah.
At that point, if that situation is just going to keep doing this, yep, gone. I'm taking the other option.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not going to take either option, and I'm just going to solo this for a while and figure out who I am without all this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's options for Jason.
And I mean, I know you didn't see how the now quote unquote great hands came together as a team. They were actually two singles guys.
Okay.
Who were, put in the enhancement talent role, even though they had been given vignettes and pushed. There was a locker room segment where it looked like they were challenging each other.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then he's like, and it started off with, like, what, we're getting this because we're a couple of good hands. And he's like, I think it was Jason. No, It was Skylar that said to him, I would love to work with you.
So they kind of twisted. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, Sunday, July 20th. Slammiversary. The countdown's on, people. All right, so our match that is coming out right now, because the guys are just walking out, is this match right here. Jason Hutch taking on Leon Slater. Apparently, if Jason wins, he's got a shot to enter the system. If he really chooses it.
Yeah. Interesting here because, the great hands came out, but there's no Mustafa Ali. We know that Tasha Steelz is getting ready for her match because she is in that 841.
Yep. Ouch.
So it's
but
going
where's
to
Ali?
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to catch up, but I'm excited about this.
So match. You do have to look at that. Plus, we know that the system have had issues. So does Ali come out maybe to cost Hodge, or does the system come out to cost Slater?
I mean, again, there is so many. This is what I'm loving about TNA, people, and this is why we call it what we call it. Brace for impact. There's a reason we call it that, because we don't know what could happen.
Right. And this little segment, the little square in the corner with the pre-recorded interview, right. This is something I want back in my wrestling.
Just a quick breakdown. This is what's going on. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then get into the match. So yes, he is correct. He does have a chance to face Moose at Slammiversary for the X Division Championship. Quickly, do you see Slater winning this match, or is he just going to be another victim of the Moose?
Well, because I didn't know that until you just said it, I do see Slater actually winning this match. In fact, I'm going to go on the record and say it. Leon Slater at Slammiversary is your new X Division champion.
I don't know if he has that ability to do it at Slammiversary. I just don't know if that's where you want to take that away from Moose. But
I
at the
think
same time, this kid deserves it.
it's not maybe where you want to take it away from him. I think it's where you have to take it away from him. I think
It's
this
very
is where
unfortunate,
Moose
right?
has to put it. I think this is where Moose not necessarily has to take that step back, but give that next kid the spotlight.
I truly think that when you look at that whole X division from where it started to where it is at this point, if you want the old style of the X division, Slater's that kid.
Yeah.
He's got the high flying, the I will do anything to retain this title, no holds barred kind of kid. Like
Yeah.
if it involves jumping over and out of the ring, into the crowd, off skyscrapers at this point, like this kid
Yeah.
will do it to retain that title,
Yeah.
which is, I think, the heart of what that title stands for.
Right. And you know what? Like for such a long time, and I'm going to be honest because I am just as guilty of this, I viewed the X division as that cruiserweight aerial division, which, you know, I love a good high flyer when it's right.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on the high flyers, but the X division is about, you know, no limits and not weight limits.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you have to look at it and say, like, does a guy like Moose at his size, who is a former world champion, does he need to be carrying that title? Because you'd sort of think, like, when you're looking at Moose, that's a quote unquote downgrade, right? That's that secondary title.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the system, right? Both Eddie Edwards and Moose are former world champions. Both are former X Division champions. Well, Moose, of course, being the current. Myers has never held the X Division title. JDC has never held it.
Nope.
It's time for those guys to go and get it.
So would that be the way you have the other system members get that title? Is instead of having it on Moose, you put it on Slater, let him run with it for a couple months, have that kind of big feud between a couple of the members of the system and maybe another person, and then have them do like a 4-way or a 3-way or something like that for that.
Yeah, because I don't think you need a feud within the system. I think you have, say, two guys from the system win qualifying matches and they're put into a triple threat match, but then you need somebody to watch Slater's back. And that's where you can bring somebody in from NXT.
Okay, have him build a friendship with somebody in NXT to kind of cover his back.
And in fact, I've got the perfect guy from NXT for it, a guy who fits the exact same mold, and that is Javon Evans.
Oh, geez, yeah. You can't write that stuff, man. Like, that's the thing. We can speculate how we want this to go and where we want it to go, but we don't know.
Right?
That's the best part about doing this show, is that there's so many options and so many directions that things can go. Right. We can sit here all night talking about one person. Okay, where do we see them going? Oh, it could go this way, this way, this. But in all reality, they're going that way with the person.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, let's be honest here, because we are suggesting this idea of Javon Evans and Leon Slater, right? With Javon coming over to challenge for the X Division.
Yes.
What about you get that? They form a team. They are then the first true crossover team, one from each brand, to win a set of tag team gold.
Why not? I'm for it, bro. Let's do it. Let me bring up my TNA Wrestling's email, and we'll send them. Hey, this is what we need to do.
Right?
Get on it. I wouldn't be opposed to that, dude. Not at all.
All we have to do is send it down to Anthem Sports in Toronto.
Right? That would be pretty cool. Have one guy from NXT, one guy from TNA win. Now, would you have them winning the NXT tag titles or the? Well, that was a cool move, Slater. Or the TNA titles.
That I don't know.
Like flip a quarter, right, and go.
Yeah.
Heads is NXT, tails is TNA. Boom.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going after the TNA titles. Like either way you do it, it's gonna be epic,
right? Yeah, and what about then if we've got First Class challenging? Let's say First Class wins the NXT tag titles, so we put the TNA titles on Javon and Leon.
Okay.
Then you get that. Then you get that match for at Worlds Collide, whether you try to not necessarily unify, but the dual championships, title for title.
You know what would be cool? Let's make a tag title. NXT and tag titles. Where anyone between the two companies, anyone can compete for those two that tag title.
Yeah.
How awesome would that? Look at the size of that tag team division now. You've just doubled your tag team division.
Yeah.
There's another idea. Trips, if you're watching, brother. Shawn Michaels. TNA.
Santino.
NXT and Come on, Santino. Leon Slater wins the match. Wow. I know we were talking through that match, people, but it was a good match. It was high impact, and Slater literally just pulled it out. I thought Jason was going to win, to be honest.
I didn't. I thought Leon was going to win. I'm just sort of waiting for the sneak attack from the system on this right now, but it doesn't appear as though we're going to get it.
I don't think so. I don't think the system was. I think they seen a vulnerable person and they were like, hey, we'll take you and we'll mold you into what we want. Oh, look who's in the background. Tessa. She doesn't even look like she cares right now. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, Tessa. Okay. Wow, she's just putting this poor reporter on notice. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Tessa
you know what?
Blanchard just fired tonight.
I'm going to suggest this one here, and this would be a massive crossover matchup.
Okay.
But it doesn't involve NXT. It would involve Tessa and somebody on SmackDown.
You mean the person that Tessa basically evicted from TNA?
No. I'm thinking about somebody else because Tessa's dad used to run with her dad.
Whoa. Oh, could you imagine that tag team? Wow. Yeah, that would be dynamite, bro. Not gonna lie. Two original, what I call the original horsewomen.
Yeah.
Like the only two, because the other ones didn't have daughters that at least that don't wrestle.
Right.
Could you imagine though?
Now, and here's what I'm going to do, and let's throw another legendary figure's name in because it came up with in Tessa's shirt,
Okay.
and that was the word undeniable.
Yes.
What about throwing the gentleman whose father was arguably the biggest rival of those guys in there
Yeah.
and creating a faction? And you put Cody Rhodes in with Charlotte, with Tessa.
Wow. Like, what do you call that, right? Like,
Nepotism Incorporated. The horse persons.
the horse persons. Give me a break. Jesus, I forgot what I was going to say now because that was over the top. I know what I was going to do. Let's show the quick commercial we do have here for the people while we're on commercial break. Enjoy, y'all.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
There you go, y'all. That's everything we have going on here throughout the week on the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Just in time to get back to the match that is coming up, which is going to be 8-4-1 match. Again, I picked Tessa Blanchard to win this. And Mr. OMD, you picked who again?
I picked Killer Kelly.
Killer Kelly. Okay. So again, people, this is 4-on-4 tag. Whatever team wins the 4-on-4, so we're going to break it down to the red team, the yellow team. Whoever goes to the 4 and wins the 4 becomes the number 1 contender for the Knockout Women's title. I'm hoping it's Tessa. I'll be honest. I've never seen Killer Kelly wrestle. I mean, I probably have. I just don't remember. Maybe she was under a different name. But regardless, this match was crazy. Here we go.
Believe it or not, she was actually in the WWE development program.
Okay.
Ready to go to NXT. They released her. She went home, as she is from the beautiful country of Chile.
Okay.
And I do believe she has had matches with one Stephanie Vacour.
Yeah, they're from the same country, so I'm assuming they've possibly crossed paths.
But she had a vicious rivalry, including a dog collar match with Masha Slamovich. And then all of a sudden she needed a partner. And out came Masha and linked the dog collars together again.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. So we just have Rosemary coming in right now.
I'm actually surprised that this isn't our main event of the evening, to be honest.
No. Oh, excuse me. The main event of the evening is the Hardys taking on First Class.
And see, I think a match of this magnitude actually deserves that. Because this match, if it was done right, could very easily eat up the next hour of the show.
Exactly. Right? I'm not arguing with you because I agree with you. I personally would have made this the main event. Victoria Crawford is coming out with. Nice. Okay.
And Tessa, a woman who has actually toured with CWE but never made her way to Ontario, which would have been freaking awesome.
It would have been awesome. But speaking of, thank you for that segue. Speaking of the CWE, we do have a TNA legend coming to the Sioux, and the original from
LAX.
LAX, Hernandez,
Yes, we
is
do.
coming to the Sioux. I've already told my boss I'm going to be late that night if we are working.
Right?
Don't care.
I know I'm going to have my boy that night because he'll be up here. So if he wants to go, we can go. But I am also scheduled until 8 o'clock at work as it is a Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow. This girl is just. This is what happens when you have ADHD and you do not take your meds. She's everywhere. Holy
yes,
Jody.
but
Crazy.
again, yeah. This woman here making her way to the ring.
Yes.
Tasha Steele's the Boricua Badass, as she has called herself, is another phenomenal talent.
Yeah, I've seen her before she started with this whole Ali thing.
Right.
I've seen her in a couple of matches. She is very talented. I just don't think she has what it takes to become the number one contender, let alone hold that title.
And she is a former Knockouts champion.
I don't doubt it. Just from what I've seen, that's my judgment at this point. I don't see her in that position yet.
Here she is.
Oh. This is interesting. I've never seen her entrance or nothing, so this is different. Oh, she's from Portugal. Okay.
Oh, this is their history. Okay. So that was part of their history, the callback to her and Masha.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see that from Against All Odds, not even in the video clips that I've seen. So
this was after the knockout match.
Right.
And she come out, dropped that chain, and then just left. It wasn't much of a segment. Like, it was literally, that's what you seen is what happened. So I think you might be right, just given the history between her and our knockouts champion. You never know, she might win.
I mean, let's not forget too, like, because I've got to call back to what happened a month or so ago when Tessa was supposed to face Masha and couldn't compete because of that injury.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I think you're right on leaning towards Tessa. I could absolutely see it.
Tessa just seemed to me has that feel that she can take this division and just elevate it that extra.
Oh, 100%.
Not saying Masha's not, but Masha has it here, I feel. And then Tessa could just take it to that next step.
Yep.
Right? And just elevate the rest of these women to the point where now whoever takes it from Tessa is going to take it that next step,
Yeah.
And
But the thing I love about this match is that it's going to elevate this whole division regardless.
Oh, totally. Totally is.
And
So
look
remember,
how they're
we have what I broke it down to the red team and the yellow team.
Yep.
This is epic. Oh, she tagged in her ex tag team partner.
Yeah.
So this is Spitfire. Let's see how this goes. Now, just to let everybody know, there is going to be, yes, there is respect between these two women because they did tag for a long time. But business is business. Once that bell rings,
Yep.
your respect goes out the window. It is now about me winning. So I'm excited to see how this goes, to be honest, between these two women. And here's the best part is they know each other.
Yeah.
Their moveset, their everything about each other. So you're going to see a lot of reversals and stuff happening here.
Yeah.
Which we just seen.
Yes.
As I'm saying it, oh, look at that pin. Ooh, that was close. Okay, there's the respect. Doesn't go out the window totally. Right? Let's be honest. Miss Steele is getting tagged in now. There you go. Indy Hartwell, put her in here. Let's go. Whoa. Oh, Miss Brookside got tagged in.
Yes, she did.
And you could tell how comfortable some of these women are wrestling each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because the pace picks up.
Yeah.
Like you've seen with Spitfire, the pace picked up because they trained together. They did everything together.
Yes.
So they know how each other's going to move. Where some of these women, they're not sure how the other one's going to move, where they're going to be. They're a little unsure. So
Right.
the pace slows down a bit. Which, even as wrestlers, you and I both know, if you're not really comfortable, you're a little extra cautious when you're doing. Because especially the first time you wrestle with somebody, because you don't know. Oh, who got tagged in? Rosemary got tagged in by Brookside, who they just had a match, and Brookside absolutely annihilated Rosemary. I've seen this happening.
Oh.
Whoa. Steels is out. Like, no, I ain't dealing with this crazy. Wow, that would be epic. They're just, wow. I mean, they're both crazy. Like,
yeah.
And the part is that your girl, Killer Kelly, is not even scared of Rosemary like some of these women. They just look at her and go, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's a tag team I would love to see. Killer Kelly, Rosemary.
I believe they did team together briefly.
Okay.
But it was just for a few one-offs. But they also had an epic rivalry back
See,
when.
Who makes better tag team partners? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and that was, I think, really when Killer Kelly was initially coming in. And the reason Killer Kelly hadn't been around for so long was because she got injured, and then in her injury time, she, like a lot of female talent, got pregnant.
Oh, nice. Good for her. And that's awesome. Oh, what a shot to the mouth. Wow. I love the trunks of Indy. Like her outfit is just
Right?
and she was the same way when she was in WWE. It was just impeccable.
Yeah.
She's very well put together. Like, oh man. See that right there. Luna didn't want to pin her ex tag team partner. Dude, I'd have been all over that.
Yep.
Because again, if your ex tag team partner don't understand it's business.
Yep.
Were you really
You're both
friends?
out there trying to win this match.
Right? Like, I want to be that champion.
Right.
Our friendship at this point it's not friendship, it's business.
Yeah.
So that weak spot has been noted. So who knows what's going to happen, right? Oh, Indy's finally in. Come on. You want to talk about the pace picking up? Look at how fast she's going. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, here's Killer Kelly now against Luna. Oh, my goodness. Clothesline from hell.
Oh, it's breaking down here now. So.
Oh, my goodness. That was a really cheap code breaker. No, I wouldn't have sold that for nobody. That's a code breaker. Wow. Wow. Did she just do an F5? Holy.
A really, really weak one.
Yeah, but it still was an F5. Oh my God, Indy, what was that? Oh my goodness. Your team just won. Indy Hartwell.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. All right, people. So Tessa Blanchard is not getting the push. Now we turn into a four-way match. Whoever
and I go
wins,
to commercial.
Yeah, whoever wins this four-way now becomes the number one contender for Masha Slamovich's women's knockout title.
Yes.
Wow, bro. This is getting deep. So you think it's going to be Killer Cross or
Killer Kelly?
Why did he come up? Holy.
The killer aspect of it.
It just automatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's incredible. That's all right. I seriously thought Blanchard was getting the push.
You know what? Blanchard doesn't really need the push.
No, you're not wrong. I just thought it'd be funny. Not funny, but really cool to see her.
Right.
But I mean, We got better, bigger things for Miss Blanchard. That's fine. I'll
Yep.
take it.
Absolutely, we do.
Wow, that's cool.
In fact, I could even see, and it's going to be very, very interesting, because Tessa become a part of the crossover.
Again, if you have that plan for her, yeah, don't put a title on her because you want to put her with, like you said, why not put her with her alum? I call her sister, basically, because, I mean, these two girls grew up together. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that would be epic. I can't wait to see that. I think that's where I would go with that. If you want to do a crossover and have a title on both, yeah, I would do that. I would put Tessa with Charlotte and have the Diamond's Queen or the Queen's Diamond, whatever you want to call it, the crown jewel, even.
Right.
Like,
I don't think you would get the crown jewel just because
no,
that
because
is
of the
a
pay-per-view.
reality.
But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, however you want to integrate their two names together, why not? Right? Jeez, that could be. The scary part is they could dominate both divisions on both shows and not even think twice about it. Because, I mean, I'm not a Charlotte Flair fan, but the girl's got talent. She can wrestle.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you.
The mic.
I'm with you, but I would love to see even a one-on-one between Tessa and Charlotte.
You know what? What a better way to start? Because we've seen it throughout time. The best tag team partners are the best rivals.
Yes.
Because they push each other. Okay, so Killer Kelly, Indy Hartwell,
Jody
Rosemary, and Jody. That's our 4 women.
Yes.
Whoever gets a pin now, like I said, and like you've said, becomes the next number 1 contender.
Yes, and you look at the international flavor in this matchup. We've talked about this extensively over the past week.
Right.
Just in wrestling in general, you have a Canadian, an Australian, a Portuguese, and an American.
Yep. Beautiful. I love it. Just shows you how influential wrestling really is worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh, Indy. That was crazy. Sidewalk slam. All right, so out of all these women that are in this match, I'm going to pick Indy.
Tasha Steelz and not Rosemary.
Oh, yeah, right. It was Rosemary got pinned. Right, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to pick Indy to win this.
Okay. Great choice.
Again, it's just based off of who I think, other than the woman you picked, because she's very impressive in this match, I'll be honest. To just kind of elevate that title a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think Indy could do that.
And you know what? Like, I mean, each of these women can have that claim. Killer Kelly is sort of returning. Yes. Indy has just made her debut.
Basically, yes. Yes.
So I don't necessarily like it for that to just hotshot them. But I
don't see her winning the title.
They have the ability to do it. Tasha Steelz has been around long enough. This new gimmick, I think, would really, help give Ali's group a little more credibility. and now all of a sudden they're pushing for that gold. Right?
That could get interesting.
Almost like American Made.
That could be good, yeah. Oh, Jody, double pin. Can we do that?
Jody Threat, who has never really been in and around the title because of doing Spitfire, is a well-versed Canadian independent talent and has been fantastic throughout her years in the industry. So Jody Threat, of all of these women, has the most experience in ring and has never truly contended.
Okay.
But I think it's that history between Killer Kelly and Masha and the way Killer Kelly returned, as I saw earlier.
Yeah.
That I think is what's going to really do it.
Yeah, given the way she made her return, kind of gives it away that she's going to be the number one contender, or she wants to be the number one contender.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't challenge somebody with a title the way she did and not become the number one contender. But you didn't even land on your back, girl. Come on. That's the only thing I don't like about the knockouts division. Some of them won't take a real bump.
Right.
They're always putting their hands down to kind of stop themselves from taking a real bump. Oh, Indy, you're stuck there, sweetheart. I don't see Steels at all becoming number one contender, to be honest.
No, I don't either. Oh.
Oh, what a kick to the face. Oh, nice move, Indy. Oh, geez. Well, there you go. Killer Kelly getting the win. As we were just talking, it was way too obvious of a lead up to this. So
now, are we going to get Masha coming out here to face off against her and at least get that stare down? Nope.
I don't think we're gonna, to be honest.
We are going to get an interview.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Who better to challenge me than someone that knows me so well? Ooh. Confidence from our TNA knockout champion.
Wow. What a statement from Masha. Yep.
Whoa. I'm not repeating that.
Bubba is speechless. What a statement from Masha.
Dude. I know you can't, but the hair is standing.
Oh, I know.
I got chicken bumps everywhere. Dude, that was epic.
Yep. But if you will give me a moment while we are in commercial, it is time for that patented locker room visit.
Yeah, I'm going to go do a commercial, so you enjoy that.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
There you go, y'all. That is everything that's happening this week. I have a question for everybody that's in the room right now, really quick. If you can, I'm going to ask you a question for the Sunday night gaming at the Boar's Nest with myself and Mr. OMD. So just so everybody, would you like to see us play an Xbox game, or would you all like to see us hook up our Switch portals that we have and play some Mario Kart and or Mario Party? I'm not sure if OMD has Mario Party, but I'm pretty sure he's got Mario Kart. And we could do some online Mario Karting live with y'all so you can have some fun with us. Let me know what you think. Play some Mario Kart or do some Xbox gaming. We still are trying to continue the story for South of Midnight, where it's based out of the Bayou in the New Orleans area. So let us know. Please give us a text. Say Switch or Xbox. Let us know. Because we got to give OMD enough time to, hook up his Switch.
Well, the Switch is connected. I just need to add you as a friend.
No, I meant so we can do it on here.
Oh, yeah.
Play some Mario. You don't have Mario Party, do you? Just
No.
Mario Kart, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the action, y'all. Okay. What's RI?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay. So they're going from Pittsburgh to New York to Rhode Island.
Which is not that far because Rhode Island is
No,
just
they're
off
all-
the coast of Massachusetts.
They're all right there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 weeks away from Slammiversary.
We are
Now,
we are over a month away from Slammiversary. It's July 20th.
Oh, it's July. Sorry. Wow, my brain.
As we are getting a recap of Mance Warner versus Macklin from Against All Odds.
Yes. Now let's remember, people. Steve Macklin is wrestling after having a minor skull fracture.
Yes.
Okay, now listen, that stuff doesn't heal this quick. It takes a minute to heal your skull, any bone, really. So let's imagine that he's not completely injured, but he's still tender and sore in that spot where it fractured. And he's here having a full-on, like, not just a wrestling match, but like
A
he's
war.
bringing it. Oh, that was the crosshair. Man, Macklin is just a tank right now.
He is. He is.
I don't know what it's going to take to beat this guy, to win this title off of him. I'm still not sold on that blue belt, but we have Macklin on right now. So that's right there. Whoa.
Again, wow.
Wow. It literally just said anybody that crosses that line is going to get tagged and bagged.
Yes. But that's very, very interesting. A Champions Challenge tag match.
Yeah. So what it is? Have you never heard of it? Eh?
I have. I just haven't seen one in a long time. Now, the way he referenced Trick Williams is he teaming with Trick in that match.
So yeah. So what it is it's all the title holders on one team, and as Santino put it, all stars on the other team having matches. So this is what's going on right now.
I know.
What's this? Boys. I guess Warner's just losing his mind about nothing right now.
Oh, wow. Mans, you may have just picked the wrong fight.
Oh, her mic's off. What? Why are you going, dude? You are stupid. Just so everybody knows, he just went after Tommy Dreamer.
The innovator of violence.
Like, this guy is in what, his 50s at this point?
Yeah.
And I still would not. No way in God's green earth would I mess with Tommy Dreamer.
No.
And I was a hardcore wrestler because of that man.
Yes.
And I
You
still
and I
wouldn't.
would still get whooped by a guy like Tommy.
In a heartbeat, dude. That guy knows things that I don't even think about, and he's thinking, that would be a weapon. Like something stupid like a rubber duck, and the dude would beat you senseless with it.
Right?
Oh my
We got our boy
goodness.
Parrish coming in saying, "Sup, peeps?" Well, you know, it's brace for
much.
impact. That's what's up.
So, Mr. Parrish, while you're here, I'm going to ask the question again now that I know that you're here. This Sunday, I am not working, so I am going to be part of the Boar's Nest Gaming Hour. And P.S., thank you for filling in last week with Mr. OMD. I appreciate that. This week coming up, I'm giving people the option. Do we continue playing South of Midnight on the Xbox, or do we take a complete left turn and hook up the Switch and play some Mario Kart online? That is the question. And if we do the Mario Kart, it's going to be kind of like, let's see how far we can take this Mario Kart stuff. Like, we're going to show you what the basis of the game is, that kind of stuff, get it online and have some fun.
Yes.
Ouch, my wrist.
The only thing is, I believe that the Switch cannot stream to Twitch.
I'm not doing it to Twitch. So anybody that's on my Twitch account, let's do that right now. Anybody that's on Twitch right now, look up on YouTube Bubba Duke Show and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the little bell so you know when we go live. Because this Sunday, Twitch will not be used for the podcast. It's very unfortunate. But they don't. I don't think it's Nintendo. I think it's Twitch itself does not like.
No, I
that
believe
game.
it's actually, I believe, and I could be wrong, I'll look into this, but I believe it's Nintendo that doesn't allow it to be streamed.
Oh, really? Well, we will have to take a look into that. If Twitch, and if we can do it on Twitch, we will do it on Twitch as well. But if we can't, we're just gonna do it on YouTube. So it will be Bubba Duke Show. It will be the locker room. So you gotta make sure you find that, and we will do it on the Turnbuckle Studio. No, we can't, because we can't do all those at once.
No.
But keep an eye. We will have it up between both of our streams. Speaking of both our streams, Mr. OMD, give a quick idea where the people can find you before we come back from break.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for me socially, you can find me at my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMD show.
Awesome. Again, real quick, y'all, you want to check out everybody else too, go to Turnbuckle Studios. Make sure you add the S at the end of the studios. .org. Again, that's turnbucklestudios.org. You can find all of us. You can find Parrish, Best, Carl Carefelt, both OMD and myself over there. Let's go back to the show. We got Mr. Callahan on our screen. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Your promos have been stepped up tonight.
They have, and that was an interesting development.
Get your dudes out of here, he says. Oh! What? Did you hear how hard he just smacked him?
No, because I can hear a little bit of the show, but
Oh my good dude, he full out punched him in the ear. Holy. Wow. They're just announcing more matches for Slammiversary. Is that what they're doing here? Yep.
I think it's just a promo
Champions
for
Challenge next week.
And Bubba's two favorite guys for this industry or for TNA, First Class making their way to the ring.
Yeah. I just got that. So here we go. The main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Making their way to the ring right now, First Class, as OND said. Shortly behind those is going to be the Hardys. Wow, dude, this is crazy.
You know, I gotta say it. I gotta say it. You know who First Class needs in their corner? I think Bubba already knows where I'm going with this. And Bubba's gonna hate me for it. Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Logan Paul with First Class. I love it.
Again, I will state, just to clarify for people, Logan Paul, the character, can't stand him.
Right.
Outside the ring, can't stand the kid. Put him in the ring, the kid can wrestle. He's put in his time to learn our industry, and he's shut up long enough for people to tell him this is how things work. And he's using that to be what I would consider one of the greatest heels in this generation.
Right.
So, I mean, good for him for doing what he's learned and putting it to use, because I dislike you wholeheartedly, kid, and you're doing your job properly. And I can't, and it's hard to say this, I respect the shit out of that. You can't say you can't, because
No, you can't.
he's doing it properly.
Yep.
So here we go. The Hardys coming out. Slapping hands with all the fans around the ring. Good for them. You know what? This is one of the things I like about these old tag teams like this is they don't forget where they came from. They understand that if it wasn't for the fans falling in love with this gimmick, they would be nowhere.
Right. And you know what? Like, for a long time, I was not a fan. Like, I would not cheer the Hardys. Like, when they first came into wrestling and we first started to hear about them, okay, cool. For me, it got old. And then, of course, you know, all of the issues with both of them.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, no, I'm done. I'm bored. And then it's, you know, okay, they're in this company one week, they're in that company the next, they're in this company this week.
Yeah, they bounced around a lot.
Now they seem to have found some stability.
Well, again, when you can basically, and you're never going to defeat your demons, but when you can tame the demon, like we know Jeff Hardy has the demon of drinking and partying, but he has that under control now. He realizes, you know, I can't do that anymore. This is where it's going to get me now. And with the support of not only his brother, but other wrestlers, look where he's at now.
Yeah. But at the same time, and you and I have talked about it, I mean, we haven't seen it in a long time, thankfully, especially with Jeff, is people bringing that up and dragging that past into it.
Yeah. He's definitely put that to rest with not only getting help, but staying in his program of sobriety.
Yes.
He's even said in an interview, someone interviewed him not too long ago, and he's like, it's not easy, but I have support now. I feel supported. I feel loved. And for somebody that has an addiction issue, just knowing that you have that support helps you stay sober, stay clean,
Yep.
to be that better person. Oh,
So, I mean, I like what they've done. Like, I'm going to be honest, and Carl can tell you because I was at his place when this happened. When the Hardys returned to the WWE at WrestleMania all those years ago.
okay. Is that the one? Hold on. Is that the one where the New Day introduced them? Everyone
Yeah.
thought it was the New Day that was coming out, but it was actually the Hardys. Okay, I was
Yeah.
watching that as well. So yeah,
My
continue.
reaction?
You didn't even care.
Nope.
I mean, but here's the thing. You're allowed to have your feelings because guess what? It's wrestling,
Exactly.
and not everybody likes every single wrestler.
Exactly.
That's
So
the beautiful part of wrestling.
it is.
You don't have to like them all. I mean, dude, that's why I love wrestling, because you can like a certain tag team, and I could be like, no, I don't think they're even worth being on the show. And that could be vice versa. I could have a tag team. You could be like, no, dude, they're not. But we
Right.
get a tag team like the Hardys, and we're both like, hey, I can relate to these guys.
They've transcended
They did,
not
yes.
just wrestling, but generations of wrestling.
Well,
and so I give them their just due. I will give them the
Oh,
credit,
yeah.
and they've earned it.
Oh, hell yeah. Here's your flowers. You guys you've earned every accolade, everything that you've ever had. And more.
Yeah.
Because you look at that little kid that was in the front row getting high fives. He was just as excited as his dad that was standing behind him to get a high five from
Right.
the Hardys.
And I'm going to be honest, because when I went to the TNA show in Grand
Yes.
Rapids a decade ago, our main event was Jeff Hardy versus Devon in a steel cage.
Holy. Wow.
And, you know, again, I wasn't cheering so much for Jeff, but you know what? I did slap his hand. And I was this close because after he won the match, he tossed his armbands off. I was this close to snagging the armband for my friend, but it hit the floor right in front of me.
But see, that's the thing. It's respect. Regardless, doesn't matter for me if you're a heel or a baby face.
Right.
There's respect. Now,
I
me
would've
being a heel, I loved heels.
And like I said, I would have, you know, given that to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But, you know, she was a huge Jeff Hardy fan. Where
Ooh.
she's standing now, I don't know on it. But
Okay, so. Oh, there he is. Okay, I was like, where is little dude's tag partner? Where's Francis? But he just stepped up to the ring. So I don't know what the if the Hardys win, I don't know if there's like a stipulation they're gonna get, like hey, you're gonna get a title shot again, or if this is just them literally starting back at the bottom of the totem pole and working their way back up to those titles.
well, I'm going to say that it's probably time that they start back at the bottom of the totem pole.
Okay.
But again, at the same time, and I know we saw it with Fraxium.
Okay.
We got those 2 matches.
Oh,
But I would not be surprised to see them go and again work in WWE to try and help build some of those younger up and coming teams.
So you think that the Hardys are going to go into NXT for a little bit?
They very well could. I mean, especially if you've got First Class going after the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
The WWE is where we were all truly introduced to the Hardys.
Oh, hell yeah.
So why not, you know, let them elevate and go in and elevate that tag team division.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can't believe I am going to say this, but you've got the Monday Night Raw tag division that really needs the boost and needs the elevation.
You're not wrong. I'm going to agree with that. NXT could use. Whoa. I mean, good catch, Francis. That was great. So, whoa. He just hurt his leg.
Yes, he did.
He landed awkwardly on that left knee. Now, if it's hurt and he's still getting up and continuing, good for him.
I think
he did land it. He landed very awkward on that.
He did, and
well, let's hope it's nothing serious because
yeah,
I honestly want to see them going after those NXT tag titles and winning them. That'd be great.
Right?
Do I like the tag team? Not really. But again, that goes back to we don't have to like everybody.
That's right.
But I will never disrespect them and call them names like, oh, they're garbage, blah, 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 that.
No.
I respect the fact that he's worked hard to get where he's at.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was not a fan of Top Dollar. I was not a fan of him as a rapper.
No.
AJ Francis, the wrestler, 100%.
Whoa! He just put Jeff Hardy through the mat. And then, wow.
Yep.
Let's step on your stomach and make you not have a belly anymore. Wow. The crowd is chanting, "You suck." Wow. I love that he's wearing pink Nike shoes.
Right?
That's so great. So we have the trainer checking on his tag team partner on the outside on the ground. So I think this is going to be very unfortunate, but I think he's hurt.
Yep. But I also would not be surprised to see this be that possum play.
If it is, bro, he's doing a good job. If that's the possum, he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, just ate a stunner.
That was the twist of fate, but the massive oversell.
I got the one before it. That's a beautiful way to take the twist of fate. Dude, I always agreed with the stunner being sold like that, way over the top, and that twist of fate being sold like that. Why not, dude? It makes it just look epic.
Now, I do have to wonder, and I don't know where things stand with AJ's former partner, who was suspended indefinitely from TNA quite some time ago. And I don't know where things stand. Rich Swann.
Oh, he ain't coming back. Nope, he's in MLW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ain't coming back to TNA. Given the reason, I'm not getting into detail because I don't want to get into. But the reason he was suspended indefinitely, yeah, I wouldn't let him back in the. Oh, they called an audible. Yeah, that's an audible being called right here.
Yep.
Yeah, because here come. Okay, so it might not. Yeah, it's an audible, but not an audible.
Yeah. This is a let's break everything down. And what is Santino going to say before we go off the air, if anything?
Oh, look at the breakdown. We got the system out here now. So this is the match that's going to be happening next week. Oh my God, is that who is that? Well, there goes one system member.
There. Well,
Is
I
that
will let you see it.
C? What's that guy's CJL or whatever his name is?
Oh, JDC.
No, it wasn't him. I don't know who that was in the ring, but I can't see him now. There he is. He's up there with he was just talking Matt Hardy. Oh, it's
Leon
the
Slater?
Rascal. The Rascals.
I didn't see the Rascals in there.
That little guy.
It was Leon
Well,
Slater.
no, it was a different guy. It was Hold on. I'll rewind my. I'm rewinding a little bit here.
Yep.
Right, where is he? He's not here. He's outside the ring. The guy that did the dive was Slater, but there was another guy in there that I didn't recognize. And he looks like one of the Rascals. Yeah, it is the Rascals.
Okay, I missed them.
Yeah, it was the Rascals. Yeah, okay. See, this is why I love this, being able to rewind my program.
Right?
Is that, hey, I seen something, but I wasn't sure. Let's rewind it and check it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, holy jumping, that was a amazing TNA Impact.
It was.
Again, another one, and we had Santino come out and say, this week, next week, till Slammiversary, it's going to be banger after banger of matches and different stipulation matches to set up for this, that, and the other.
Right.
Holy, he's not lying.
No.
We got a great Impact. Before we take off, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again. Thank you for coming and supporting our program, Brace for Impact, and enjoying this product with us as much as we do. I know it's a newer experience for me. I'm getting back into TNA, so I'm loving it. Loving every minute of it. I want to give a quick shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Parrish. You guys need to check out his link tree. So it's linktr.ee/Chris Parrish. Check him out. He does an amazing podcast, the Chris Parrish podcast, on Sundays at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. He does have a sponsor called Beercade. Whenever there's a giant pay-per-view that they want to cover for WWE, that man is live on location in Edmonton doing his thing for them. And I understand that sometimes he has a table you can join him at while watching the pay-per-view. So again, you got to check out Mr. Parrish's link tree and all that cool stuff he's got going on. Another quick shout out, Mr. Best. If you guys want to watch and know more about PlayStation, check out Chris Best. Again, it's /Chris_Best83 at the link tree. You guys want some of our merch? Go to carlcarfelt.redbubble.com. You can get all these logos you see on screen on whatever you want to put them on. Coffee mugs, t-shirts, those giant tumbler things they call them for your tea.
Yep.
Dude, you can get decals. You can buy a decal this big of the Boar's Nest logo and put it on your truck if you wanted. And if you do something like that, you buy a product, buy a decal. This is what you need to do. Buy it, put it on your truck, your car, your whatever you're going to put it on. Take a picture of it. Go to turnbucklestudios.org, hit the leave a comment or email Carl Karafelt or one of us with said picture and say, guys, this is what I did with your product. Check it out. Because I'd like to see where people put some of these decals, because they got wild places, dude. I've seen my logo. I've seen it now in town, my old one.
Right.
And it's a little decal about that big, probably a toonie to, a bit bigger, maybe a silver dollar on a window of a car.
Nice.
And I still don't know who they are. I seen it walking by in a parking lot. It was cool. Before I say goodbye, y'all, remember your mental health is very important. Within Canada and the US, quick dial 988 or go on internet 988lifeline.org. That's within Canada and the United States. If you need some sort of mental health, anything, it could be anything, just someone to talk to. Those are the two things you need to do. If you're outside Canada and the US, the site you need to go to is findahelpline.org. And that is worldwide, excluding Canada and the US, because we have our own. But please, your mental health matters. We love you. And we are happy that you are here, because life and the world is a lot better with you in it. Remember that.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of this man over here, Mr. OMD, I am Bubba Duke. We love y'all. We out. Peace.
Today is here and it's going down. Racing silence with a thunderous sound. Bubba Duke and OMD call the shots. Bursting action just like me.